Namaste, Jai Bharat. Pakistan, Islamabad. For the last 2 days, there are no serious news coming from Islamabad. But prior to that, there were problems, insurgencies. The Imran Khan's party, they went on a rampage to demanding the release of the former Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan. And of course, he's a popular person. He's a very famous cricketer, and he used to be captain of Pakistan's cricket team as well. So that's how he's popular. Now, they have created barricades. They put containers so that the people just can't walk into Islamabad, which is the capital of Pakistan. They put containers blocking all the roads, but nonetheless, the people marched. They walked and entered Islamabad. They broke the barricade. They went inside and then went on a rampage. There were clashes between security forces, must be chiefly army, and the protesters went on. They went on destroying. They went on destruction, and all kinds of hooliganism takes place. And mob psychology is such. In most places, mob psychology is similar. Then they went on destroying, breaking whatever is on the way. And such protests went on at night. The security forces, must be army chiefly, went down heavily on them. Many must have got killed. The figures are not very realistic, so let me not speak about how many killed, how many hundreds killed. People got killed, and many are arrested. I see they say a number, but then those things won't be realistic, obviously. And many were arrested. And then, of course, these people called the protest for a stand down. Then they fled. That's the usual thing. They fled, and they have fled to, according to the sources what I see, they fled, left Islamabad and went to Rawalpindi, another place, another city in Pakistan. This is what the news is. Now, last 2 days, no serious news coming from Islamabad. And after the midnight crackdown on the protesters, they are there, civilians. They cleansed the debris from the streets of Islamabad, and the TV channel people, they were telling Awam Bahara and things like that. So people if things are getting back to normalcy. That's what the TV reports say in Pakistan, news channels say in Pakistan. Now, fundamentally, the Pakistani crowd is a lawless kind of people. They are not really law-governed people, so their laws are very rigid, and the implementation of laws are also very roughly rigid. So that's the kind of things they understand. The whole thing with Pakistan is that they have a democratically elected government, so to say, but the government is really weak. Weak means immensely, extremely weak. Maybe as weak as the caretaker, advisor government in Bangladesh. But the lawlessness in Pakistan is much, much more than the kind of lawlessness we find in Bangladesh, in spite of the fact that Bangladeshi lawlessness and anarchy is triggered and controlled and governed and pushed forward by the Jamaat-e-Islami, two are the same kind of people. They don't obey any laws, so they don't obey any norms, and they have nothing that stops you, because there is no restricting forces in their life. So what should, when a person does something, the inner call that should come is that I should not do this, is not appropriate. That kind of a regulatory mechanism is not found in most of these people's mindsets. They would do anything. And another thing is they're less rational, more emotional. The extent of emotion is that these people think that they can't do anything, and until they're severely thrashed, they wouldn't realize that they can't do such things. These are the things commonly found in many of such societies, be it Bangladesh and be it Pakistan, be it with the Hamas and Hezbollah and such people in front of you, until they are just pushed down so heavily, they wouldn't understand that they can't do it. So they keep thinking that if we are everything, we can do it and we can win such things. Now, what happened to this society of Pakistan after they have been deported from Bharat to Pakistan? Let me say that. Originally, they were not like this. They weren't supposed to be like this. But then, after leaving Bharat, after going and living there, they have got more dehumanized. Did they become less humans? What things they have lost if you take an inventory? If you make an inventory of what things they have lost by living Bharat and getting into Pakistan, which was a synthetically created place, which I think Jinnah knew very well. Jinnah knew it very well that this is going to be a semblance of mistake. I'm very sure that the way the Jinnah behaved until the 1944 Lahore meeting, if I'm correct, he wasn't even uttering the word Pakistan. But then he had that sense to understand that this is going to be a semblance of mistake, because these people can never get along. They have differences, they have such differences, and no one can say that the religion can unite them, because the religion itself is not very united. They have differences, such serious differences. While they keep accusing Hindus of divided into castes, and Hindus are not divided into castes as others are divided into sects. That you can find out for yourself. Just observations must be sufficient for it to understand that how wrong this perception is. And that's what Rahul, the so-called opposition leader, goes around creating caste differences, and he thinks he can get some, he can go ahead to some extent, and of course he did go ahead to some extent in UP for last elections. Anyway, coming back to Pakistan, now it's quiet. What, who achieved, how, no one knows. Imran Khan is still in jail. What kind of a society? What have they achieved by going away from Bharat? The Islam is in danger in Pakistan, and the Islam is perfectly safe in Bharat. I made this statement. You can see for yourself. This is my feelings. Their religion, for which they are supposed to have gone there, the Islam in Pakistan, is shaky, in danger, whereas Islam in Bharat is perfectly intact, and these people are comfortably practicing their religion, preaching their religion at the same time. It's the Pakistani Muslims who are refused and denied visa all over the world, including the Islamic nations. What happened to these people? They have become a semblance of mistake. They really have become semblance of mistake. And the Bangladesh, forgetting all the thrashing which they took from Pakistan prior to 71, now thinks that they can become good friends with them. Let them be friendly for 6 months, then they would have differences and they'll start fighting one another. That, of course, is for sure. We all can see. Anyway, unfortunately, this is what is happening in Pakistan. So we have headache in living in Bharat, because we do not want disturbed neighbors around us, because the disturbances directly affect us. It's not that it indirectly affects us. They affect us. People, because of the lawlessness in their societies, will infiltrate into our societies. And after coming here, they will repeat such lawlessness in our society. Europe is an example. The Europe, with the magnanimous open-mindedness and love thy neighbor as thyself Christian principles, accepted all the refugees from all over the world, and now they have no places in the jail, nothing more, nothing less. They have no places in the jail. So those who are loyalists coming to another places because of lawlessness and anarchy for their existence, after 6 months will repeat those lawlessness, because that's what they want. That's what they would do. And to correct them should take generations. Years will take to correct them. A new generation must evolve. evolve in a free atmosphere, not under their family closed atmosphere. The problem is that they have a closed family atmosphere. That alone is sufficient to destroy a society and civilization. So it's the whole thing is unfortunate with Pakistan and similar societies. What will happen to these people in future? We can't say, but we have to remain witness to this kind of things, which of course no one likes. What one should opt for, what one should hope for, and what one should aspire for is a peaceful coexistence of everyone. A peaceful coexistence of everyone, because people are different, but that should not be a difference. We have different everything possible, but that should not become a difference. There should be something, some unifying factors one can look for in each case separately. In each case separately, you can look for what can connect us, and then you can go ahead with that. You can live comfortably. That is what one should aspire in the world. Why should there be fencings between human beings? Let's hope for such a thing. Marx hoped for such a thing, but he was, though claimed his theories are very scientific, but he had been absolutely unscientific in his practical thinking. Though people like take all his theory as theory of practice, it started, Antonio Gramsci started it, I suppose. People call this theory of practices. Practice, of course, means practice. But practically, what we should do, we should think about it and do something. So we meet with some other thoughts again. Till then, Namaste. Jai Bharat and Jai Shri Ram.